Monster Jam has released their 2026 and schedule lineup, which is pretty interesting from what we got. So for this video, I'll be giving my thoughts on the 2026 schedule and lineups. So here we go. So our first tour is Stadium Championship Series East, and here we go. We have Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, Jamie Sullivan, Sparkle Smash, Tristan England, Digatron, Cynthia Goethe, Lucas Stabilizer, Cold Stevenson, The Wars, Camden Murphy in a to-be-determined truck, Kevin Crocker, Megalodon, Joe Foley, El Toro Loco, Jim Kohler, Avenger, Chris Kohler, Mayhem, Matt Padrigo, Jester, and Mike Padrigo, Excalibur. So, this is very interesting. So, obviously, we can tell that Jamie Sullivan has been called up to stadiums, which is, pretty interesting choice. I kind of like it, though, because I gotta admit, Jamie Sullivan's probably the best Sparkle Smash driver currently. Like, honestly, she is better than Kayla. Let's just be honest. But yeah, no, Camden Murphy not driving Classroom Crusher because Classroom Crusher will be an arena tour, which I'll get through later, which is really interesting. I'm curious if he's gonna do a new truck, which most likely he will, which I am very surprised of. I don't get why they would change him after one season, which sucks because I love Camden and Classroom Crusher. Camden does fit the truck very well. I don't get why they would change him out of the truck, which, I don't know, it's such a weird decision. And we have Kevin Crocker returning for the 2026 season, which is kind of surprising because I heard a rumor that he was supposed to retire, or not retire, but step away from Team Scream, but it looks like he is staying with Team Scream, and he'll be driving Megalodon again, which is kind of a, no, like, offense to him, or, like, not trying to be rude or anything, but it's okay decision. I kind of don't want him to be driving again, respectfully, but yeah. And we have Joe Foley back in El Toro Loco, which is kind of sad about because Joe Foley, or I believe Axe did get a new body, but I don't know if that was a one-time thing or a full-time thing. Which though the new Axe body was a black body, which looked pretty cool. Which kind of a shame they're not going to use it because he's driving Toro this season, but. I mean, he was pretty good at Toro, which means we can probably get some better Joe Foley moments, and he might actually do better this season, which most likely he will. And what else we got? Oh, no Nick Padrigo. Looks like he'll be taking this season off, which means Kraken will miss this season, which it's like his first season he will miss since I think like 2018, I believe. Which dang, I believe he's missing it because he's gonna spend time with his family, I'm pretty sure, because he has a wife and kids. So yeah, props to him for that, for just taking time off to spend time with his family. But yeah, this is pretty interesting. And now we have Team Scream and Tom Foolery with against each other, because the past few years it's just been Throttle and Team Scream on the same tour, but now they switch things up. Now we have Foolery and Scream. In this tour in general, it's pretty interesting, honestly. It seems like a fun tour. It does kind of seem like. That's honestly how I can explain this tour. It's kind of it's a weird tour, sort of. It's just. It's very interesting of a tour, also. The thing is, I won't give my predictions yet on who will win it, because I will do the predictions thing like later in the year, like November or December, because that's how I always do it. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting tour from the looks of it. And here's our stops. Alright, so here we go. We're going to kick off in Orlando, Florida, San Antonio, or... Alright, here we go. I'm going to say it better. January 10th will be Orlando, which will be the kickoff. San Antonio will be the 24th and 25th. And January 31st to the February 1st will be Indianapolis. February 7th and 4th will be Minneapolis. February 21st and 22nd will be Miami, Florida. February 28th, or it's kind of hard for me for my screen. Oh yeah, 28 to March 1st. And then we have Louisville, Kentucky, which is a not a points event. Albuquerque, also not a points. And we have Detroit, Michigan. And we have Atlanta, Georgia. And then we have Philadelphia. And then we have Austin, Texas, which is a not a points. So it's kind of obvious that there's some cities definitely missing, which I'm pretty sure it's due to the World Cup next year. Because I believe most stadiums are going to have to be growing like grass, I believe. I'm pretty sure they are. So yeah, I don't know if they will get added, because I know Foxborough and East Rutherford are obviously missing. Those are like the ones I kind of know that are mainly missing. But yeah, they might get added later, but who knows? This can possibly be our tour, which is kind of a very short tour if this is the actual thing, but most likely they will add later or more cities or more stops because it does show that they will add more on the bottom. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting from the way. Oh yeah, Orlando and being like the first show is really interesting because Orlando's usually March, but January, that is rare for Orlando. Alright, we have Arena Championship Series Central, which will be Freestyle Mania. They are bringing it back for the season. So here we go. We have Weston Anderson, the Gravedigger, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco, Brianna Mahal, Bailey Circuit, Tony Oaks, Thunder Wars, Michaela Tolochka, Megalodon, Brandon Tolochka, Zombie, Charles Pocken III in Classroom Crusher, and Kylie Kent in Sparkle Smash. So obviously we noticed that Charles Pocken III and Kylie Kent are making her debut in Monster Jam. And here's the thing, they have yet to make any appearance at all in Monster Jam. They're just already being thrown in a tour, which is a very interesting choice, especially how they are with how they drive. I mean, things I haven't seen much from them, but I think I see more of Kylie Kent because she did drive Frostbite, and her Frostbite was okay. Like honestly, not a whole lot. But Charles, I don't know how he does, but he's driving Classroom Crusher, which is kind of surprising. And Brandon Tolochka will be driving Zombie, which I gotta admit, he kind of does fit Zombie. I'm gotta admit that, but yeah, it's gonna be it's very interesting of a tour. Also, surprised they didn't throw in Brianna in stadiums, which I'll get on later. Why I'm saying that. And now we have Arena Championship Series West. So here we go. We have Matt Cody, Gravedigger, Armando Castro, El Toro Loco, Ashley Stanford, Megalodon, Blake Granger in a to be determined truck, Alex Spartan, Earthshaker, Carson Williams, Monster Mutt, Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack, and a to be determined driver, Velociraptor. So this is a very, very interesting arena tour because Armando's obviously back in arenas, which I'm kind of surprised by because honestly, I'm gonna admit, yes, his season in stadiums was not the best. It was just decent for what it was, but dang, throwing him back into arenas is a very interesting choice. And Blake Granger staying in arenas. He won a series, he won an international tour, he won a World Finals champion, but he is in arenas? That is a very dumb decision if I have ever seen, because that, how do you win all of those but you're still in arenas? So they put him in arenas, but they put Jamie Sullivan in stadiums. Yeah, same goes for Weston. I don't get that. How did Jamie made it before Blake and Weston can? That is wild to me. That is dumb, honestly. And we have Alex Spartan and Earthshaker, which I honestly hope he can actually stick around the full season, because I noticed the past few years Earthshaker has yet to have like an actual full-on driver drive for the entire season. Back in 2024, James Calhoun left Throttle, and last year, obviously, Alex Spartan got injured, so I hope he actually lasts for the full season, because Earthshaker can just not have a full driver with the entire season. And Carson Williams and Monster Mutt, I actually kind of knew that they would bring Monster Mutt into arenas, mainly because I did hear a rumor that they were going to tire one of the Mutts, or I don't know about retire, but shelf, or which was Rottweiler. That's obviously getting that treatment, which, I mean, it's sad it's gonna go away. I don't know for how long it might get brought back, but I mean, hey, at least Monster Mutt's still here, and we got Tim Hall Jr. in Jurassic Attack, which yeah, he's back in here. I don't have a whole lot to say. And Velociraptor with no Devin Winfield, which very worries me, because come on, I really want to see Devin Winfield like come back again, because Devin had a great season. He got I believe second. He was getting second behind Weston is pretty impressive, honestly, man. Just, man, it's gonna be sad if he misses this season. I really hope he does not, because he has a lot of potential. I really hope he sticks around for this season, or I don't know why he's not part of it, which is very weird, but I hope he somehow makes it. And now we have Arena Championship Series East. So here we go. Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger, MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco, Logan Ashline at Sparkle Smash, Cody Saucier, Dragon, John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon, John Zimmer Jr. and Terminal Velocity, Tryon Robbins Crazy Train, Montana Robbins, and Plane Crazy. So Logan Ashline will become from or be from a villain driver to now a full-time driver from the looks like, or from what it looks like right now, because she'll be making her full season debut in Sparkle Smash, which is another Sparkle Smash on the tour. I definitely wonder why. And we have John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon, which gotta admit, it kind of fits him, even though his driver car looks kind of funny, honestly. I mean, it's probably because they haven't got their official photo taken yet, but this tour is probably the tour where I don't have a whole lot of say, I guess, because I don't know what else I can say about it. So yeah, I'll be moving on to Stadium West next, our last tour I'll be discussing. We have Stadium West now, and we have Tyler Manigan, Gravedigger, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, Caleb Butt, Sparkle Smash, Barry Moose Tower and Zombie, Bryce Kenny, Wreck Deck, a to-be-determined driver, and Bailey Circuit, Jamie Garner, El Torloco, and Deborah, I don't know how to say her name really, but Deborah, I think, and Deborah Garner, I believe, and Megalodon, Cole Bernard, Black Pearl, Zach Gardner, Wildside, Mike Richardson, Vendetta, and Dalton Weiner, Shell Shock. So, there's a lot to say about this tour. Tyler and Ryan are back on the same tour. The rivalry will be continued since 2023, which is going to make this tour a pretty fun tour, definitely, with them being on the same tour. And Caleb Blood sticking around in another Stadium tour. I honestly thought they were gonna swap Kayla and Jamie. I thought that's what they're gonna do, but I guess they're gonna keep Kayla in Stadiums from the looks of it. And Bryce Kenny will be making his full Rec Deck will be making its Stadium series debut, or just series debut in general, with Bryce Kenny behind the wheel. Same goes for Bailey Circuit, first Stadium series for the truck, but with a to-be-determined driver, which I am so curious on who they're gonna put in Bailey Circuit. I really wonder that. I'm really curious about that. And we have Jamie Garner's wife. I really don't know how you say her name. I'm sorry, I just did not know how to pronounce it. But her and Megalodon, which is a very interesting choice. Very interesting. Which is I don't know where that came from. I wonder why they put her in there. That is very interesting from the looks of it. And we have Dalton Weiner and Shell Shock. So Dalton Weiner will be having, or the truck itself, Shell Shock will be having its first series and Stadium series debut. It seems like with Dalton Weiner behind the wheel, which he actually debuted this truck at the World Final. So this will be his first. Yeah, this will be I forgot what I was trying to say. First time. I forgot when he drove Jurassic for the first time. So yeah, it looks like he's done with Jurassic. He's driving with his own truck now, which is a truck from what I found, he's been wanting to have it for a long time since he was a kid, which is pretty awesome to see, because I actually like the truck itself. So I actually think it's a pretty cool and unique truck. So it's going to be interesting seeing this truck in action for Stadium West. And here's the schedule on where they will be heading. So they will be kicking off at San Diego, and the next they'll go to Anaheim, and then they'll go back to San Diego, and then they'll go back to Anaheim, and then it'll go Houston, and it'll go Houston again, and then it'll go back to Anaheim for the third time. And this is where things start to change up. They'll head to New Orleans, El Paso, Birmingham, Alabama, Oakland for another points event, and we have Denver. And yeah, this is I honestly do not like the schedule at all. It's just the same exact cities multiple times: San Diego, Anaheim, Houston. Because that entire first part, when I was saying like the cities, it was just the same city over and over again. Which the thing is, I understand why, because next year a lot of Steams are not going to be able to do like shows, I believe, because the World Cup, which I said earlier, which I'm not sure, because they definitely will add future Steams, or future new cities and shows. There you go. So yeah, it's just a repeat. And by the way, I will definitely attend this tour. This is the tour I'll definitely be attending. I most likely will attend the second week of San Diego, which is the 20th, or I forgot which it was, and Anaheim. I might attend the fifth show of Anaheim, because I always notice that the fifth show for Anaheim is usually the best show for some reason. So hopefully, if I go to that show, hopefully it can be the best show. I hope it is. So unlike the last time, which I don't want to talk about, but yeah, it's pretty interesting from what we got here. It's kind of it's just a repeat, honestly, for the whole cities. So my final thoughts. This was a really interesting year of like announcements. There's obviously some weird lineups I can say, and a lot of mixture I've been seeing online about the whole tours and lineups. Which I mean, there's some things I like, some things I don't like because I mean obviously there's dislikes and likes, but if you're gonna be honest, my favorite tour is probably the West. West seems like it will be a pretty good tour. And East actually kind of seems like a fun tour. I think these tours are definitely going to be fun, which exact same thing I said last year. Let's hope it's actually going to be fun because last year's Stadium East or to me felt boring this year. Stadium West was great in my opinion. I enjoyed that tour. I just feel like the problem is they just need a good track. I just hope both of these tours have a great track. And the arenas, they're obviously going to stay the same, but oh, here's another thing I just hope they can change off the color. I really want them to change the color up for stadiums. Like, I want them to bring back green or yellow. I wouldn't mind that. I just want something different. I'm getting tired of the red and blue. I hope they don't do it this year, or next year, because it's just getting annoying and it's just a repeat. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.